Good morning. It's the next day now, and it's now the 19th of January 2021. We are going back to the recovery home. I'm going to tape the ceiling that we did in the previous frames yesterday, and we have plenty of other drywall holes and repairs to do. One of the things we're going to be doing today is the bathroom has a medicine cabinet that is all busted and falling off of the wall. The door to the medicine cabinet is. So we're going to remove the medicine cabinet, we're going to fill in that hole, and we're going to hang a mirror over it. We do need to close it in with drywall, so we'll be doing that as well. We'll pack the seams with Durabond 90, we'll tape it, but we will not finish it. She just wants it covered with a mirror. So we got a mirror I picked up at a discount store named Ollie's, which is kind of like a place that does salvage goods or buys like overstock and stuff like that. So stay tuned, more drywall coming right at you. All right, so behind here is that hole, okay? So we need to repair it, but a couple things that you need to understand is you need to make sure you know where the studs are and where the wires are. So you got this outlet here, this plug here, right? Good morning, how are you?
Good.
So if you look in there, you'll see the wires are stapled right up alongside of the wall there. See that in that? There's two wires right there. And it's stapled right along the wall, right along that stud that's right here. So one of the problems that we're experiencing is the drywall that's on the wall is not quite a 1/2 inch in diameter. It's not the narrower 3/8 either, and 1/4 inch stuff. It's somewhere in between there, and it's probably because of the way the texture is built up on it. But I'm trying to show Kitana that if you run into that issue, you know, you can do a California patch, or you can buy thinner drywall and put shims behind it. What I'm showing you here is that you can take a majority of the white paper off, screw it to the wall, and then we're going to remove the edges of it using a palm sander. Now I know everybody's thinking, oh well, you do that without the paper, you're not going to be able. That's not true. It's not true at all. I do this all the time. If that brown paper is gone, or whether the brown paper is there, if you skim coat it with Durabond 90, you're going to be able to go over it with anything you want. And you're not going to need to worry about whether or not that paper is there. So as you can see, we're going over it with a palm sander. I'm making the edges of it flush with the wall around it. That's all going to get packed full of Durabond 90 now. And when the Durabond 90 cures, it'll be in there like concrete, and then we'll go over it with 20-minute mud, try to texture it the same.
Yeah, with a sponge or something.
And we'll do the very best we can. But that's how you fill the hole.
Wait a minute. You don't even need to use paper tape or mesh tape if you're texturing it to match this bumpy wall. That's cool.
In an upcoming episode, I'm going to interview one of the residents of this home. His name is Ian. He agreed to let me interview him so that you can learn about addiction. If you know somebody that's addicted, there'll be some valuable information. Hopefully, it can help them out. I've said this in plenty of other videos, so I'm sure you already heard this at least once from me, but Durabond 90 cannot be sanded. It literally hardens like cement. So I'm using a trowel and I'm scraping off any grooves or lift-off marks or any kind of bumps that might be in it. And then I'm measuring for where the tape, how long the tape has to be, and we're going to tape one section at a time and work our way across the ceiling. I'm going to speed this up because this is
Boring.
Statistically, in 2018, 67,367 people died of drug overdose. Don't shake your head. Don't think, they shouldn't have done it. Because a lot of these people get addicted because doctors put them on opiates due to pain from accidents, injuries, all kinds of things that could happen to people just like you and I. These people are sons and daughters of someone just like you. Just to be clear to my viewers, I am not an addict and I do not suffer from any addictions to alcohol, drugs, or anything of that nature. But my heart goes out to the people that are addicted to drugs, especially those who have ended up using and abusing because of a legal prescription that they were put on that caused them to become addicted. I blame this a lot on pharmaceutical companies and doctors who are getting perks from the pharmaceutical companies for pushing this stuff. And most people don't understand drug addiction and probably even often think the drug user chose the lifestyle and that they can quit anytime they want, but neither is often true. Do you know why doctors characterize drug addiction as a disease? Well, the answer may surprise you, but the simple fact is this. These addictive drugs, they change the way your brain works in ways that make it nearly impossible to quit without assistance. And these brain changes can be persistent, which is why drug addiction is considered a relapsing disease. And the worst part about this is, even after years of being off the drugs, their brain still craves it, and often people still relapse. So sometimes it takes multiple times to quit. If you have somebody in your family that's suffering from drug abuse, in the upcoming episodes where the interview with Ian, you're going to see valuable information down below in the description area with links, phone numbers, everything you need to help you out. Help out the person that's addicted and help out the parents and the loved ones that are watching this happen to the person that they love. Ian came through to me and gave me all this information to give to you guys. And he said it helps him with his recovery by helping other people. He said often, if you're drunk, you can't walk very good and you fall over. But when two people are drunk and they lean against each other, they can walk just fine. So people out there that's addicted to drugs and need help, they need somebody to lean on. And if that person can be you, that's a wonderful thing. I'm going to take this time for a shout out to all the guys I met while working on this job who are recovering from addiction. Christian, Lockie, Jason, Russell, and Ian. There's a few more, but I didn't meet them due to their work schedules. Here's to your recovery, guys. This is Kitana's first time patching holes, so it's taking her a little bit of time, but she's doing a very good job. I've checked on her a few times. This here is a nightmare. These poor guys have been using this mirror, hanging at that weird angle for God knows how long. And one of the jobs I have to do is remove this medicine cabinet, patch the wall, and put a nice mirror up for them. So I showed you earlier where I purchased the mirror. You're going to get to see that mirror go in here very soon. And you can see they're not using the medicine cabinet for anything. Nobody in a recovery house is going to put their medicine in a community bathroom. So there's no need to have a medicine cabinet. That's what I want right there. What do you think the average age for somebody that gets an addiction would be? 13. The average age is 13 years of age. That's when they are most likely to experiment with drugs. Alcohol is the most commonly abused substance in America, and it's the third most common cause of death in the United States. The third most common cause of death. That's astonishing. I bet you didn't realize that 50% of all suicides in America and over 50% of all violent crimes are caused by alcohol and drug abuse, or a combination of both. Alright, so here's a treat for you. This is the easiest way to hang something on the wall that has hanging brackets on the back. Now I got a piece of painter's tape running across the top of my level. I just line my level up with the back of the mirror, and I mark where the two brackets are. Now the important part of this is watch what I do at my level. As I take it away from the mirror, I turn it around. That's important because the bracket on the left or the right could be inset a little bit more than the other, and I'm going to be turning the mirror around to hang it up. So I want the correct marks to correspond with the correct brackets. Now I already figured out at what height I want to hang this, and I have a little tiny mark on the wall right there, and all I'm going to do is take my level, put it on that line, make sure that my level is in fact level and that the bubble is in the center. And then where I have those two marks, I'm just going to draw a horizontal line and a vertical line, kind of making an upside down T. At that exact junction where the top of the T and the vertical line meet is exactly where I'll drill my hole or put my anchors. So you just draw a straight line left and right and a vertical line up and down and go right at that intersection, and you'll hang your mirror or picture whatever you want right where you want every single time without difficulty. Here you go, folks. Here is another professional tip that you can use. This is a great way to fill a hole like this. You don't have to cut a piece of drywall like I taught Kitana, and this is something that I'll teach her next. This is only for holes like maybe the size of a golf ball or two. You don't want to do anything larger than that. You take the tape and you hold it up against the wall backwards so the fold is facing you. You cover the entire back of the tape with drywall compound, flip it over, stick it over the hole, and then bed the tape. When this dries, the back of the tape that's over the hole will harden just like the front will. At that point in time, you can go over both pieces of tape and the hole with more joint compound and sand it to a nice finish. How you making out, Kitana? Yeah. Filling that in.
Trying to.
That kind of junk in the wall, huh?
Yeah.
Patches along there. That's what she wanted. All right, so next we're going to work in the kitchen. Got to repair that hole in the ceiling, and we got to put those 4 kitchen cabinets back up. You got to get a load of what I found in here. I can't even believe it was left this way. That's got to be fixed. And then those cabinets down there need to be put in up here. But look at this mess. Holy mackerel, man. over 50% of all accidents in the United States involve drug or alcohol abuse. Statistically speaking, 80% of all domestic violence reports are somehow related to alcohol and drug abuse. And 60% of all poor work performance can also usually be tied back to drugs and alcohol. This is a very sad statistic, and that is 34 out of 35 alcoholics have never even received treatment. Speaking of alcohol, 28% of all college dropouts abuse alcohol. Painkillers, tranquilizers, and stimulants are the most commonly abused prescription drugs. Now keep in mind, these are legal drugs that can be prescribed by a doctor. Marijuana, cocaine, and all hallucinogens are the most commonly abused illegal drugs. According to the Alpine Recovery Lodge, more than $600 billion is lost annually due to substance abuse. Let's keep one thing in mind, and that's all this information, it's not just statistics. It is actual lives lost and lives ruined. So if you know somebody suffering from addiction, reach your hand out. Try to help them. They can't do this alone. Here's a few facts for you. Fact number 1. If you expect your child to just quit cold turkey, that is an unrealistic expectation, and your child will fail. They need help. They need medicine to help them get off of the bad stuff. But most importantly, along with the medicine, they need to follow the program. Here's fact number 2 for you. Intervening early is more effective than waiting for a person to hit rock bottom. Alright, she don't want it painted, she just wanted it taped, mud and taped. Don't want mud over the tape, just wants quality one. All the cabinets are up, everything's back, but oh, they cleaned them. These were nasty yesterday. Yeah, nice and clean.